In the shimmering world of wedding bands, tungsten carbide has carved out its niche, emerging as a popular choice for modern couples. With its sleek appearance, robust strength, and affordability, it's no wonder tungsten bands are catching the eyes of those on the verge of saying, "I do." But amidst the growing popularity of this modern ring type, a common practical question arises. Can you resize tungsten wedding bands? The short answer to this question, hopefully not too much to your disappointment, is no, you can't. Tungsten wedding bands can't be resized. The longer answer is, tungsten wedding bands can't be resized, but there are still a number of reasons you may want to keep this burgeoning wedding ring material on your list of potential wedding rings options. So let's talk tungsten carbide, a material known for its extraordinary durability. Basically, this isn't your everyday metal. Tungsten carbide is forged under extreme heat and pressure, resulting in a band that's incredibly hard and scratch-resistant. Unfortunately, it's this very hardness which lends it its appeal that is also its Achilles heel when it comes to resizing. The process of creating tungsten carbide wedding bands involves grinding and polishing a mixture of tungsten and carbon atoms into a dense, hard metal. Known as sintering, this process creates a ring that's virtually indestructible under normal wear and tear. You can't bend it with a hard knock like you can more malleable metals, which can prove beneficial to those who work with their hands or simply take a lot of hard knocks. Though, it should be noted, tungsten carbide rings can shatter under extreme duress. Still, as far as wedding bands go, tungsten is one of the most enduring. But this incredible strength comes at a price. The structure of a tungsten ring is so rigid that it cannot be bent or stretched the way softer metals like gold and silver can. This means it can't be traditionally resized the way those other rings can either. So, what does this mean for the starry-eyed couple selecting their forever bands who really dig what tungsten carbide has to offer? First off, it means precision in sizing is absolutely paramount. Unlike the most common wedding band metal gold, which can be nipped and tucked with relative ease, or platinum, another popular wedding band metal that can be resized with just slightly more effort, tungsten demands a perfect fit from the very start. To get just that right fit, it's essential to take an accurate measurement of your ring finger, keeping in mind all the potential factors that can influence your finger's size. One of these factors is the weather. The high temperatures of summer, or even in your house or a store, can add a lot of girth to your ring finger, while cold temps can make your ring finger smaller, making it essential to take your measurement at that just right temperature, where your body is as normal in temperature as possible. Another factor that can influence your finger's size, and therefore the proper size for your wedding band, is the time of day. Your finger can change sizes multiple times throughout a day, not by much, but enough to change the fit and feel of your wedding band. Late afternoon, a few hours after lunch, is a good time for sizing for most people. But it's a good idea to take measurements a few times a day for a few days in a row to get the average size of your finger over time. Physical activity of any variety, whether for work, recreation, or exercise, can also affect finger size. This is due to blood circulation through the hands, increases in body temperature, and sometimes even inflammation. It's essential to avoid taking measurements for your ring while you're still in the recovery stages of heavy activity if you want a true fit. And if you're in between sizes or seem to have two ring sizes, bigger when you're hot or working, and smaller when you're cold or inactive, it's best to size up. It's easy to stick a ring adjuster inside a too big wedding band temporarily. It's not so easy to shrink your finger so your wedding band will fit. So, you've got the perfect measurement for your tungsten carbide wedding band. You should be good, right? Well, that's one optimistic way of looking at it, but the truth is, life is unpredictable, and our bodies change with time. That means what fits today may not fit tomorrow. What then if your tungsten band no longer fits? You already know you can't resize it, so now what? Do you just replace your wedding ring? Well, yeah, simply put, if your tungsten wedding band grows too small, you'll have little choice but to replace it. The good news is many jewelers who sell tungsten rings recognize the limitations of and concerns about the material and offer replacement services for these rings at reduced prices. Most of the time, you can replace your ring with the exact same style through these services, as long as the jeweler still has the inventory. But what if the jeweler doesn't? What if your tungsten ring no longer fits and the style of your ring has been discontinued? Well, while this might mean a new ring, it also presents an opportunity to update or alter your ring style, keeping your symbol of commitment in step with your evolving journey. Of course, if you and your spouse opted for matching rings, you'll probably want to replace your partner's ring in this instance too. Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. One of the coolest things about tungsten carbide when it comes to wedding bands is the variety of bands available. Tungsten style options range from sleek and simple to intricate designs with inlays of other metals or gemstones, and there are some truly unique designs to be had in tungsten. Another cool thing about tungsten carbide wedding bands is their price. Though tungsten offers some high-end looks, those looks don't come with high-end price tags. This makes tungsten rings a great option for couples who think jointly replacing their wedding bands every few years is less of an issue than something they might dig doing just for fun. So, no, tungsten wedding bands can't be resized, but they have a lot of other things going for them that make them worthy wedding ring contenders.
Rigid tungsten carbide rings. Simple, but as heavy as the love between you and your loved ones. For our full selection of rings, visit us at theartisanrings.com.